Welcome back to the Connect Podcast, a podcast by the Holdridge Area Chamber of Commerce. As always, I'm Adam, your host, and I'm really excited to get back into the swing of things. As you've noticed over the last couple of weeks, I took a little bit of a break after the Midsummer Festival. It was a lot of hours in a couple of days, and so the whole team really just took some time to recoup so that we could come back really strong with a Connect episode. Today's episode is going to be focused around 5 things that every business should know and should be doing. And so let's jump right into it. Hello, and welcome to the Connect Podcast, a podcast by the Holdridge Area Chamber of Commerce. So here are 5 things that any business, big or small, should be doing currently. Number 1 is keeping your Google business profile updated. Now, most times that I look and do an audit of a member or a non-member's Google business, most times their hours are not filled in. And a lot of times contact information can either be missing or not updated. It seems small, but this is often the first thing people see when they think about your business or your industry when they're looking it up. Take a few minutes to Google your business, look at all of the information, and then Google businesses around you. Google your next door neighbor business, or maybe another business downtown. You'll instantly see who looks polished and who looks like they could be updated a little bit more. Oftentimes, your profile is your handshake, so make sure your first impression is solid. Number 2, post on social media as many times and as often as you are able. I talk to a lot of businesses that say, we're posting on social media and we're not seeing any traction. And it turns out they're posting once a month and they have the ability to post a lot more than that. Now, obviously, we know businesses are busy, especially small businesses, so you're not always able to post every single day. But you should still try to post as much as you can, whether that is once a week or once per day. Everything is a snowball effect. And so if you're posting once a day, not only are you getting new eyeballs every day to look at new content, those same eyeballs are going to look at past content, especially if it's valuable. If you're having trouble brainstorming what to post or specific wording to your posts, utilize tools like AI. Here at the Chamber, we use ChatGPT and other AI services to help us with our content. We're posting every single day on multiple platforms, and there's no way we could be able to do that with a 2.5-person team if we weren't utilizing tools like AI. Just keep in mind, you're not creating content for you. You're creating content for the person who consumes the content. Too many times I see business owners posting selfishly about what their business does and how they can offer things to get more money. And that is all great. And we're all in the game of sales. But I think it's important to, every time you post, ask why. What's in it for the person on the other end, and what will make them want to click this and continue to support my business? One of my favorite examples is Runza. And Runza here in Holdridge is a chamber member, and so we follow their social media, and it's hilarious. It's awesome. They're constantly incorporating pop culture into their food and their offerings. They're always looking at providing value, and most times it's not a promotional post, it's something funny or community-minded to get people to interact, thus pushing that post to more eyes. Their posts are fun, they're smart, and people actually want to share them with their friends. Number 3 is collaborating with other businesses. You don't have to do this alone. There are so many businesses around us here in Phelps County and beyond that need and want to get involved with your business. One super big example here is the Holdridge Sun. Recently, they've teamed up with the Holdridge Area Early Childhood Partnership to bring an event to Holdridge about screen time with children. And what better way to collaborate between the childhood partnership and the local theater than to do a screening and showing of what screens do and how they can be effective with your children. That's a big collab. But even something as small as a social media collaboration, where 2 different brands are actually helping and sharing each other's social media towards a similar goal. If you look around, I bet there's somebody right down the street from you that would love to team up for a bigger purpose. Number 4, and this is probably my favorite of the 5 here, set a 90-day goal. Now, it doesn't have to be 90 days. It can be a 6-month goal. It can be a 30-day goal. It can be your goal for next week. The reason I say 90 days is because I think it's that solid middle ground for you to actually get things accomplished and not lose sight of what the end goal is. One of the most helpful tools I've learned, I actually learned through a system called EOS, which is the Entrepreneurial operating system for businesses. Now, there's a lot of complexity that goes into the EOS system, but one thing I took away was the way that they present goals. You zoom out, start with a 10-year goal, then you break that down into annual goals. Those annual goals get broken down into 12 steps for monthly goals. And the same way you broke those down, you break them into 4 steps for your weekly goals. This way, you don't have to constantly think about what your big time goal is. As long as you're checking the boxes every single week to get toward that goal, by the end of the 10 years, the idea is that you'll be there. And when you share that goal with somebody else, you're that much more likely to achieve it. You hold yourself accountable for those goals, invite collaboration, and motivate others at the same time. Number 5, stay informed, both locally and nationally. In 2025, news moves fast. One local policy change or national policy change can literally change your business overnight. Staying informed isn't optional anymore. It's strategic. If you'd like to tap into updates from the chamber here, make sure you join our weekly newsletter. But you can also watch local news and keep up that way, and making sure to keep up in your industry just so you're always one step ahead. Well, that's it, guys. 5 very small but powerful things that your business should be doing currently. If one of these stuck out to you, I invite you to comment here where you're watching our podcast, or shoot us an email at info@holdridgechamber.com. But further than that, act on it. Take anything that we talked about today and incorporate it in your strategy for this next week moving forward. As always, if you have any kind of feedback on the Connect podcast, we'd invite that as well. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed these 5 small tips. Have a wonderful week, Holdridge.